Hello, it's Dr. Mystic. I want to talk about this election as I record this video. We're 1 week, 7 days away from Election Day, and I feel very optimistic. I feel like Trump is going to win, but I think that these people, the left, Obama and his little minions, are not just going to allow Trump just to take office. They're going to do everything they can to prevent him from doing so. So I foresee Trump winning on Election Day. And then this great struggle, something we haven't seen in our nation. And well, this event's gonna be like nothing we've ever seen, but nothing we've seen in 150 years. So we should be very concerned about the left and Democrats are going to do. But I have a feeling that we're going to win Election Day. There's going to be this great struggle, and we're going to make it through it. But I think that well, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I was looking at the Gateway Pundit, and Capitol Police are doing exercises. I think that Trump might not be able to swear in Washington on the inauguration day. Was it the 21st, 22nd? They're going to Lloyd Austin is a very dangerous extremist. He's unfit to serve in the military, much less be the Secretary of Defense. He will. I mean, he did this so-called extremism stand down, which is a violation of our soul. It's a patriot purge, trying to find any Republicans, conservatives in the military. It's disgusting. That really happened. I mean, so many abuses have happened these past 4 years. I believe the FBI was behind January 6th. That's one thing. And then using it as a pretense to do censorship, to silent dissent, and then to also politically target and prosecute and persecute, trying to break up the Trump movement by this FBI operation. I was at January 6th, so yes, they came after me too. But a lot of people had a lot worse than I did. And of course, I had it bad, but I wasn't in prison like some people were or killed like poor Ashley Babbitt. So we need to be prepared. We have to go out and vote, and we understand. I mean, it's like I can see into the future, and Trump's going to win. There's going to be this big struggle, but I don't know that. I could be wrong. It's just my strong feeling. I think that they are going to do. It's going to be very ironic. Where I was at January 6th all day long from like 6 o'clock in the morning at the Washington Monument, and I was actually in the crowd listening to Trump speaking, and I participated in the march, and then I didn't see any violence, and people were out there milling around. I had no idea, but the level of censorship that we've endured. And I mean, just crazy stuff. 20 million plus illegal aliens allowed to come across the border. The Chinese spy balloon, hyperinflation. It's just been all these radicals put into government positions. Trying to our government, our own government, arresting Trump, raiding his house. I believe that our government, the assassination attempt. I mean, it's just pretty obvious. All you need to know is that there's that unsecured. As a military man, that building being unsecured, that tells you everything you need to know. That was deliberate, and I believe that Crooks was an FBI asset, and hopefully we'll find out all about this. But we're gonna have to break up these organizations. One more thing, I'll do another video talking about this. I guess a countdown as you go to Election Day. But Trump needs to prosecute these people. What I want to see is doing to these people what they did to us. Turnabout's fair play, is it not? But the other thing is, like, if you want unity as a nation, then we have to stop these people that are tearing us apart, which is Obama, who's been controlling everything behind the scenes, and this whole, whatever you want to call it, deep state or whatever it is, it's got to be broken up. This has been going on for decades, especially since Obama's term. And think about this: this man, Obama, has a rival capital, a compound he built in D.C. from which he runs the government. So this man's like, Obama's like president for life, it seems like. And he's in his fourth term now. And if we're not able to get either Biden or Kamala out, I think that Joe Biden is eventually going to, he's going to resign, and she's going to be defeated, and they're going to make her president anyway. And then they're going to try to prevent Trump from taking office. Jamie Raskin's already talked about it. And, I think people like Jamie Raskin have to be arrested, and many others. We're going to have to make a decision. Are we going to be a constitutional republic or are we going to be, run by intelligence agencies like the FBI and CIA? Is this going to be a real representative democracy, or we just I've said this before. Of course, they targeted me and they took a lot of videos out and I made down. But it's like, if we're not going to have real elections, why pretend? Why live in make believe land? Just start passing out titles of Lord and Duke and Earl and Count and Viscount and all that. Why pretend to be a representative democracy when we're a totalitarian police state? Why pretend? Why play? Why have the false pretense of all that? Let's just be serious about our situation. And I heard somebody several weeks ago on the Dinesh D'Souza podcast saying, it's like people are afraid that if we're not able to defeat the Democrats, we're going to become a banana republic. And this person's like, we are a banana republic. What do you mean become one? The question is are we going to be able to win this election, which is going to be difficult. You have to make it too big to rig. So remember, our hope is in Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Heaven and earth will pass away, but his word will not pass away. Eventually, America will pass away. I don't want to see that happen. Especially, I think that America is we have our problems and our issues, but I mean, our constitutional system and what we represent is a land of freedom and opportunity. What we used to be, hope for the world, and we need to maintain that, maintain our ability to have free speech and preach the gospel, and that's been taken away from us as well. So I feel very optimistic, but I am under no illusions that these people are just going to allow Trump to take office. I mean, they've tried to kill him twice, 3-4 times. Twice that with Crooks, and the other one with this Ruth character. And then they had this probably one of their recruits, this Pakistani guy. It's horrible. And one thing that gives me hope is, just how I feel like things are going to be, but also I think that Trump was spared by the hand of God. That was a miracle. That he turns his head at the right second, and the bullet goes through his the headshot, and then it just goes through his ear. And I think that wasn't just a happenstance or coincidence. That shows that God is intervening, and we see it's like God's confounding, and he's confounding the mind of the Democrats and confusing them. And she can't win unless they cheat. She's a bad candidate. She's a ridiculous person. There's nothing compelling or appealing about her. She doesn't speak well. She can't even do interviews. She's weak. And the other thing, she can't run away from the record of this terrible regime. And I could tell people all these things are going to happen. The reason why I was at January 6th, because I knew this is going to happen in my country. I love my country. I didn't want to see this happen. What has happened in my country? It's like, I got to take a stand against fraud. And but now we have, just think what they're doing. Just think they tried to arrest the pillow guy. They put Peter Navarro and Steve Bannon in jail. They raided the president's house. They gave him a mugshot. These are totalitarianists, and they're censoring us. They took down my YouTube channel. I built that channel. I built an audience. And why did they take it down? Because I broadcasted it January 6th. I broadcasted Trump's speech. I questioned mask efficacy. I didn't do anything to violate their policies. This is not the FBI. Sorry, it's not YouTube doing the censorship, it's the FBI. And look what's going on in England, and where they're arresting people for liking a post, for posting something online. And in England now, you can be arrested and criminally prosecuted for praying silently. Not just arrested for praying, but praying silently. And it's sad that this has come to that, but that's where we are, and that's what they intend America to be. And of course, we cannot maintain our strong, robust economy. Socialism always brings societal decline, and you have to be an utter fool and a moron to believe in that system. These people are just about Dinesh, Trump up bogus charges on him, and Steve Bannon just got out today. So these are very difficult times. We need to vote, but I feel like we're going to win, and then we have a big struggle ahead of us. And don't despair. Don't be afraid. We should be concerned, but I have confidence that we're going to win in the end. And still in the 2020 election hopefully it's going to be the biggest mistake these people ever made, because it's going to crush the left-wing movement forever.